Okay, let's just jump right in. The world of SEO right now, it's loud, isn't it? It feels chaotic, totally packed with gurus and advice that seems to change every single day. We're constantly being told what to do, what's dead, and what the next big thing is. But today, we're going to cut through all of that noise with one single powerful idea.
I mean, you've seen this, right? This endless soup of acronyms. LLM, SEO, AEO, SGE. I think the source material even made a joke about AEIOU. It almost feels like it's designed to sound complicated, to make you feel like you're falling behind. But honestly, most of it is just noise, and it's distracting us from what actually matters.
And then, of course, you've got this classic story. For what, almost 2 decades now, people have been claiming SEO is dead. Every time there's a big algorithm update or some new tech comes along, it's the same old panic. But you have to ask, if SEO is always dying, how is it still so important? This constant cycle of predictions makes it feel impossible to build a strategy that lasts.
So, that brings us to the most important question of all. In a world full of acronyms and doomsday prophecies, what actually moves the needle? How do you build a strategy that not only works today, but also gets you ready for tomorrow? Well, that is the exact question we're going to answer right now.
First things first, we need to tear down an old idea that's holding a lot of us back, and that's the myth of so-called best practices. You know, what's so great about this is how clearly it shows the shift. We used to have these super rigid playbooks, didn't we? Hit this exact keyword density, get your meta description to this exact character count. But today, the answer to pretty much every single SEO question is, it depends. It depends on your industry, on your audience, on what the search results page even looks like for that query. A rule that's a home run for one site might totally strike out for another. So this right here is the mental shift we all need to make. From now on, think of every best practice you read about not as a rule, but as a hypothesis. It's just an educated guess, a starting point for an experiment. And this perfectly explains why the old method of just following a checklist isn't cutting it anymore.
Okay, so if best practices are really just hypotheses, how do we move forward? Well, we stop guessing and start knowing. We go from pure guesswork to real, measurable growth.
And the way we do that is by making testing the absolute heart of our SEO strategy. Why? Well, for one, it's the only way to prove what's real versus what's just a theory for your website specifically. 2, it gets you into a rhythm of constant learning and improving. And 3, and this is the big one, it helps you find the exact levers that give you a unique, powerful edge over your competition.
All right, so what does testing actually look like in the real world? Let's make this concrete and see what you can actually do.
The truth is, you can test almost anything. You've got the common stuff, the fundamentals, your title tags, your meta descriptions, even how you structure your internal links. These are fantastic places to start. But you can also get more advanced and start testing for that AI-driven future. You could experiment with phrasing things as questions and answers to see if you get picked up by AI chatbots more often. Or test little freshness updates to see if they give you a visibility boost. The possibilities are huge.
And this brings us to the 2 worlds we're all living in right now. We have to figure out how to win in the Google of today, while at the same time getting ready for the AI of tomorrow.
Look, let's be totally clear about this. Giving up on traditional Google search right now would be a massive mistake. It's still got around 90% of the market share. For most of us, it is the engine driving traffic and revenue. That's just the reality on the ground.
And the data really drives this home. Yeah, AI tools are growing, for sure. But what's fascinating is how little traditional search has actually dropped off. For people on desktop, it's holding strong at 95%. AI isn't really replacing search yet, and in a lot of ways, it's actually adding to it as people use both tools together.
So here's the key takeaway. SEO testing is the bridge. It's the one strategy that lets you optimize for clicks and rankings in Google today, while you're also running experiments to figure out how to get cited and surfaced by the AI answer engines of tomorrow. You really don't have to choose between them.
So let's put this all together into a system, a repeatable process that can turn these one-off tests into growth that builds on itself. We call it the SEO momentum loop.
It's a really simple 4-step cycle. First, you hypothesize. You make that educated guess. Step 2, you design a controlled test. Step 3, you measure everything, your traffic, your rankings, even those AI citations. And finally, step 4, you iterate. You take what you just learned and use it to create your next, even smarter hypothesis. And you just repeat the loop. Each cycle makes you better, building momentum that your competitors who are still just guessing, they just can't keep up.
And that really is the bottom line, isn't it?
It's the single most important thing to take away from all of this. In the complex world of modern search, if you are not running controlled experiments, you're just guessing.
So, I'll leave you with this question. Forget all the noise, forget the acronyms, and forget what everybody else is telling you is a best practice. Based on what you know about your own site and your own audience, what's the very first hypothesis that you're going to test?